All right, what is up, sports fans? We are back for another episode of The Fan in the End. I'm being joined today for a special interview, the one and only running Rickey Watteres. Uh, Obviously, former San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl winner, played here in Philadelphia for a handful of seasons, ended his career in Seattle, and obviously a world champion with the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Gotta appreciate the time this afternoon, my friend. It is you're definitely one of my favorites, man. When I was 15, 16 years old, when you signed that contract here after the Super Bowl win, was more than pumped. Obviously, it didn't quite start here in Philadelphia the way you wanted to, but I think by the time everything was said and done, you were loved here by the time your contract was over and you parted ways here in Philadelphia. So I think you set a trend for consistency for the running back position here in Philadelphia with this regime that Mr. Lurie put in place here. So appreciate the time. And looking forward to picking your brain here a little bit, my friend.
Oh yeah, for sure, no doubt. Now, I see Jaws. You got Jaws back there too.
Yeah. I got Jaws. I got AJ, Mr. Alshon Jeffrey behind me. Actually, you got one of your signed cards over here too.
Nice.
Yeah. So a lot of crazy things happen in your time here. What were some of your favorite memories? I've heard some crazy stories from Christy Jones talking about taking Ray Rhodes' car out in the city, getting drunk. I've heard some funny stories, man. I want to know, what are some of your memories, man? I got did like for game stuff, behind the scenes stuff. What is your memories of Philadelphia, man?
Oh, I have very fond memories when I think back. Man, the first thing was, like you said, didn't get started off too good, so I had to overcome that. And the fact that I was able to do that and get my teammates, on my side and obviously behind me, and then to see the type of player that I was and to get the coaches, win them over, to win the fans over like I was able to do. And like you said, it was a lot of fun here playing. It was a lot of fun. And one thing was the fact that I had a TV show that was so cool. Monday Night Live with Rickey Watteres was a cool show. We had the kids from the Children's Hospital on the front row, and it was packed every time we were there. And I was able to have all these different people on there. Smoking Joe Frazier was one of my favorites to have on there. So it was a lot of fun playing there. Passionate fans, passionate people who really understand football. The fact that I come from Pennsylvania, I knew, how we love our football. Football is real. You grow up when you're little, and the first thing they do is put a football in your hand, So it's that kind of thing. And I never went hungry in Philadelphia. The people took care of me so well, always inviting me to the restaurants and different things, the Philly cheesesteaks, all the good, man. The food is excellent. But I also had so much fun playing with the guys, playing with Randall Cunningham, all the different guys that was there, especially Charlie Garner was such a fun guy to be around. And I think that we started kind of that new way of using the running back, with the thunder and lightning that we had going. And now
you and Charlie Gardner, man, it started that thing, man.
Killing them, and it was a lot of fun, and even hanging out after that. We would go down and we'd hang out right down there along the water, and it just was always some fun thing going on there. A lot of the groups came through there. I remember Wu-Tang was one of the people I met. The guys in that group, I met them in Philadelphia. Just a lot of things, a lot of fun there. No doubt.
My favorite on-field memory was, I was actually there for the wild card game against Detroit when you guys blew the doors off on that third quarter touchdown, that 45-yarder that you caught. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that play, man.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, especially because Barry Sanders is such a great player. Yeah. Everybody was talking about him, most of the time, and I was just like, yo, there's another guy in this game too that can play, on the other side. But it was a lot of fun. That beating the Cowboys, when we would
what was it, the 4th and 1 twice game? You were there for that one too, man.
I had to go over the top on them. but just man, blue collar, I like that's what I call it, because it was like we had to grind. People didn't expect us to win. I guess they didn't really win, the year before I got there and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And winning,
94 was rough.
really expected, and they were thinking, "What, this guy coming, or he's going to change that?" But the fact that, like I said, I was able to win over my teammates, win over the coaches and the fans, but all of us did that. All of us came together. We gelled together, because in the beginning, we didn't really know what we had. It was like we had these players, and we really did have great players, and some of them, didn't get the respect that I think they should have got. But
yeah,
we had tough players, and we had a tough team, and we went out there, and like I said, people didn't expect us to win, but we started winning, and we started believing in ourselves, and some of the younger guys. The great thing was, when I was with the 49ers, I was a young guy, so I wasn't one of the leaders, but here I was one of the leaders. I was one of the guys that people was counting on to lead, and for them to make me a captain, that's voted on by your teammates. And then at the end of the year, 2 years in a row, being MVP, named MVP by those same players and stuff. It was just awesome to be able to do that, to be able to bring I felt like a winning mentality.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, that's still there right now. And
I think you were a big part that changed. Like, I don't think you get enough credit for it, but like I think you helped started to change the culture of what was considered Philadelphia Eagles football. It's one of those things where like we see it now, like just what Mr. Lurie's done, over the last 20 years has completely changed it. Obviously, it's failed a bunch of times. The Chip Kelly era wasn't that great, but bounce back and to win 2 Super Bowls over the last 7 years, I think is proof of that what they've put in place, the guys up front, the roster they put together, that they're in a great spot. Yeah. I want to get your thoughts on this one. You played in the vet, man. Uh-huh. I've heard a lot of things, man. The players absolutely could not stay in that stadium.
It was tough. It was tough because it was like playing on. I thought I was going back to Harrisburg where we were playing on the sand lot. We're playing in the asphalt. So it was tough. They had little seams in there, and the seams, should be like that. They was kind of like that, and they would put sand in between, and it was tough in that way. And when you fail, man, you got skinned up pretty good. You would lose some skin, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun playing there. Because, like I said, it just felt like blue collar. It felt like us against the world kind of thing. People don't expect us to win, but we're going to win anyway. And the fans are just so passionate.
We were rabid, man. We were a rabid bunch.
They rabid. But as long as you're doing your thing, as long as you playing hard, as long as you out there doing your thing, people will come to you and say, look, we appreciate you and we want you on our team and we love you. And the coolest thing was, even when I went to Seattle and came back and we played against the Eagles, all the 32 jerseys up there, Watteres jerseys, and all the people were saying, we love you still, man. I didn't expect that. I thought I might get booed out of there. I thought they might, throw stuff at me. No such thing at all. No such thing at all. And the fact that even after the game, I stayed, they had to pry me away from the fans so we could go and get on the bus because we had to leave because
man,
it was a great feeling going back there.
Yeah, you really, like I said, when it didn't start out how you wanted to, but by the time it was over, you not just won over your teammates, the coaches, you won the city over.
Yeah, and I love going there. Even when I go back, it's nothing but love. I went back for the game that the Eagles busted them up. And I went back last year, and it was, oh man, so much love. And everywhere I went, and even when I got off the plane, people was already, I was like, I don't even know I was gonna be there. We didn't, but we know you. They're like, oh my God, it's so great to see you and everything. And they were still saying, we wish you the best. And that's what it's all about,
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
And you're talking about a lot of guys didn't get respect on that team that you were with. Obviously, you were there as a transitional phase between Randall leaving, Rodney Pete's kind of starting off, and then you wound up with Detmer. Do you think Rodney Pete gets the love he deserves? I mean, I think he's one of the guys. He's like he's one of the funny, you know, he wore 9, and the guy that is the unsung hero here now wearing number 9 is Nick Foles. But do you think Rodney Pete gets enough love through all the NFL fans, not just here in Philadelphia? I think he's more than just a stopgap guy, you know?
Yeah, I think so. And he was great in college. We know that at USC, but he saved us. I mean, we didn't expect Randall to go down. And the fact that he came in the way he did, he played the way he did, he was awesome. And he was positive all the time. He was a fun guy to be around. I think he was a big part of us winning. And I think that he does deserve some credit for that, for sure. Because I don't even think he expected to get in. You know, he just thought he's going to be a backup probably and whatnot. And then he had to go up in there. And like you said, we had a plethora of quarterbacks who had to go in, you know, after that. So that was tough for us. But that even shows even more the type of team that we were. No matter who was at the quarterback position, we was going to get it done. We was going to find a way to get it done. And we was going to throw that thunder and lightning at you. And we was going to make you have to deal with that. And like I said, we had a tough defense as well. We had a really tough defense.
That defense was so underrated. I mean, obviously overshadowed by the Cowboys teams of that era. But, I mean, you know, William Fuller, Stubbs, you know, Mike Zordich, you know,
Zordich was my guy too.
That was the beginning of the Bobby Taylor era, and you still had Troy Vincent.
Yes.
Like, they had a lot of good guys there on that defense. That
Mighty Mike was tough too.
Yeah, that's the other one, Mr. Mark McMillan, man. He was another spark plug, man.
I call him pound for pound. I say, ain't nobody tougher than you, pound for pound.
I actually took my kids to one of his. He did a camp here about this time last year. Does it every few years. I think this year he's staying out in Vegas, but I took my kids to meet him, and I was like, listen, you may almost be as tall as him, but listen, that dude could play ball.
Yes.
And, him and Hollis Thomas at a camp. It was pretty cool. What was that?
Another guy I like to throw out there, Fred Barnett. That man.
Freddie's up there. I got a few. I'm actually just switched media companies. I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway, a couple of his signed photos that I got through one of the meet and greets that I did with him. So it's him
and Irvin Fryer. He played great for us too.
It's funny you speak about Irvin. I'm going to talk to him Wednesday.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah.
Irvin, I think, is another one of those guys. Doesn't. We're going to go back into one of those in a second, but Irvin Fryer, former number 1 overall pick, went to multiple different teams, was a leader there. Don't you feel like I get upset about this, about the voting for Hall of Fame, right? Is kind of so all over the place. Do you I talk about this with Ben all the time. Don't you think you guys as veterans should have more of a say than how they construct it with sports writers and media? Don't you think the veterans of the sport should be voting the guys in, or am I wrong here?
I would love to see that. And the guys that are already in the Hall of Fame, I would love to see them be able to chime in as well. I also got to throw my man Deuce Staley. Deuce was my guy. I can't believe I didn't say him first, because he's my little brother, so I love him to death. But I wasn't even, that's my guy, no doubt. But yes, I would love to see that, and them having more of a say in what the voting is and how the voting is done. I don't know exactly how they would do it, but I would love to see that. And I would even love to see the fans be able to, have some say in it too, because they're so passionate and they love the game.
Yeah. I mean, I think I do want it to be inclusive to a point, but I don't think it should be like I was talking about it the other day. Like, all right, you have Patrick Willis is in there. Great 49er, great player, deserves to be in there. But how does a guy like Seth Joyner have better stats than Patrick, and he hasn't even sniffed it yet? I don't get it.
Yeah, I can't tell you either. I don't. There's nobody who I don't think should be in there that's in there. but there's a lot of guys that are not in there that I feel should be in there as well. So
I just think the list of guys that should be in there is way longer than it should be. We just seen Sterling Sharp wait how many years before Shannon got in before him. I don't get the rhyme or reason behind it. It's really mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, maybe they need to put more people in each time or something. I don't know.
I mean, listen, I don't think there should be any Hall of Fame induction class that should be less than 6 people, because there's just so many guys that deserves to have a golden jacket, to have their moment to reflect on their career. And don't wait till these guys are old, falling apart, or even passed away. I don't like that. Like what we just seen Major League Baseball do. They just took Pete Rose off the ban list after he passes away. Meanwhile, they have 14 items of his in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Oh, he was a great player, no doubt. Great player.
Want to get a little current on you, I want to get your thoughts on the NFL has been really rough on the Eagles' signature play, this current team, their signature play, the Tush Push. I want to get your thoughts on this, man. Like, obviously, this past season came really close to voting it in. I think we'll see some change in the language and what they allow offensive players to do. I don't think you guys are going to, after this season, I don't think there's going to be anyone pushing an offensive player forward just because I guess they feel it's some type of advantage. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that they're just punishing Philadelphia, or do defense just need to get better at stopping this play?
I think defenses need to get better at stopping the play. I mean, it's amazing that they're able to do that. That's bully ball right there. It's coming. Everybody know it's coming. And they can't stop it. Come on, everybody else can do it too. Everyone can do it. So it's like, go ahead. You do your version of it. You can call it something different. We want to call it Tush Push or brotherly shove. That's us. But if you want to do it, you can do it too. Josh Allen, he does a good job of it at Buffalo. So there are other guys that can do it as well. It's just amazing how good the Eagles are at it. And I think that's what people don't like. They don't like when you can just take.
I think we just perfected it, because if people pay attention, Rickey, it started in Indianapolis with the Colts. Now, obviously, we took Nick Sirianni from Indy, and he's like, oh, wait, I got this quarterback who's really good, and he's got a strong body core and things of that nature, and coupled with arguably the best offensive line in football over the last 5 years.
Definitely. I think. I know I'm a little biased, but definitely.
I mean, I'm definitely biased. I mean, I do think there are great linemen out there. And on another note, glad that they finally bring in an NFL award for the offensive lineman this coming year. So I'm interested to see who's going to be the pass protector of the year this year.
Oh, nice. Definitely. How I feel about linemen. Without linemen, it wouldn't be no me. So I already know that. I used to take my linemen out to dinner. I used to give them stuff for Christmas. Hey, I made sure those guys knew I care about you and I appreciate you. And I just think that that's great that they're awarding them with more awards, give them more shine, more focus, because they deserve it.
Yeah, these guys definitely do. I'm glad that we're getting some of that with your offensive line play. Going to switch over to a little college football here. Obviously, you're rocking the Notre Dame hat.
Feeling pretty good after last year.
Yeah, man. So you're getting back to the winning ways there. Oh, wait. Is that Ben? There we go. There's Mr. Ben Troupe.
Hey, what's happening?
With you, man?
How are you?
Man, running Rickey. Hold on. Respectfully, Mr. Rickey running Waters. Man, what's going on with you, sir?
Turn the water on.
Man, I don't know where you were. I don't know where you were, Steven. I don't know where you were, Steven, at. But so Steven, I could just jump in. I could just jump right in.
Yeah, you good. You got the last few questions, brother.
Listen, I got to ask this, Rickey, because obviously, growing up, people always talk about running backs who change the whole dynamic of the running back position. When you talk about all they can do, two guys to me, and you, I don't know if you played with them or not, was you and Roger Craig. Both of y'all could run it. Y'all can run it. Y'all obviously could catch it. Yes. And for people who don't know, that 94 team, it's only really one football. There was a lot It was a lot of y'all. I mean, Terry, it's just too many to name. How did you find a role for yourself on an offense that was so loaded like that?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing to be on that team, number one, and to play with those guys. But that's what I always say. I'm always like, man, it was good before I got there. So, the fact that I was able to come in there, I just didn't want to be the weak link. You know what I mean? I wanted to make sure I could come in there and gel with them. And I was willing to work. I was willing to do, especially after I got hurt my first year and I was out. And I was like, oh, my God. They was calling me plastic man and glass man, saying I break easy and all that. So I had to prove myself. And the fact that I was able to build myself back up and do that, and a lot of it had to do with the players that were there. John Taylor, Jerry Rice, all these guys, they helped me out, and they helped me become even better than I already was and have better work ethic. And I already worked hard. I already knew that I had to work hard to even be out there and to even make the team. Even in college, I had to do that. Obviously, it was a good team that I went on with Notre Dame. But I felt like I could make the team better. In my mind, I still thought that if I was willing to do the work and put in the work, and I did that. And so it worked out for me, and it was great. And it was great being a part of that team. But yeah, we were loaded, and anyone could have gotten the ball and got it done.
Yeah, but only one person I know, was responsible for 30 points in a playoff game. I only know one dude that did that.
Yeah, that was amazing, especially against the Giants and that defense and Lawrence Taylor and them. I mean, I could have never thought that was going to happen when that day started out. Obviously, I would not even try to sit up here and kid you. But once it started happening, I started feeling it. The line was feeling it. The guys were saying, turn the water on. They was like, let the waters run and all that. They had me so pumped up too, man. So it's always a team effort. No one guy is doing that kind of stuff. Like I said, my linemen, I used to take care of the mugs. I would take them out all the time. If I have a certain game, I'm going to take you out. Even if I don't, I'm going to take you out. But I'm definitely going to get you something for Christmas. You need a little something. I'm always there for those guys. And I always, after I would run a touchdown or do something like that, I would always come over to those guys and let them know, man, this is not just me. This is all of us. Total team effort.
Yeah, but Rickey, I mean, I see you wearing the Notre Dame hat. And, this is something that you can go ahead and put this to bed. I played at the University of Florida, and I thank God for it every day. But people talk about you got brands in college football, but you got the brand. To me, and I hate to have to admit it, but Notre Dame is just different, man. Like, because touchdown, Jesus, Rudy, it's just too many things to name. You went there. To the average person who really don't understand what it's like to have solid gold on your helmets, what was it like playing for the Fighting Irish, man?
It was amazing because we would go to other places and we would have more fans than they have in the stands, and we're away. I mean, it's just amazing. People kind of looked at us like pros already, and they kind of treated us like that. And I think it's because we was on TV every week, so they were always going to see us if they tuned in, to that channel, especially with NBC. They going to see us playing, and I just think that we won over people with that, and they were already, loved Notre Dame. There's so many people who never went there. I would say, oh, when did you go there? They'd be like, oh, I love Notre Dame. We talk. I say, oh yeah, did you go there? Or were you? No, we never went there. Oh, is somebody you know go there? No, we just love it. They call them the underground, Notre Dame fans and whatnot. And it's like crazy how people feel about this team and how much love we got everywhere we went, even in other countries. It was just really, really crazy. And Notre Dame, people that I probably get just as much, like with all three of my teams in the pros, I get just as much with just Notre Dame, with people coming up to me saying how much they appreciate me for playing for that team.
I mean, so it has to be asked then. I mean, two-part question. Your favorite college rivalry, and is there one you like to watch right now?
Man, the college rivalry had to be us in Miami. When we was going against that Miami team, I mean, we had a lot of
30 for 30s.
Yeah, we had a lot of them because we had Michigan, we had Penn State, we had USC was one of our big ones as well. But that rivalry was just crazy with them because they had so many great players and that went to the pros as well. And we had great players on our side. And we felt like whoever was going to win that game had the inside track to winning it all. And right now, I love to see my Notre Dame go against anybody, but I love when they play against like Ohio State. Ohio State is a tough team to play. And the fact that they play so well against them really makes me feel like we might be able to do it again this year, or we might be able to get there and push our way through. I just think that they're always a team to beat. Ohio State. Who else is out there right now? Who's We're probably one of the tough. Michigan, just because we used to play. That was our first game every year. You know how crazy that is? Most teams, they set up their first game. They play a team that they're going to blow out. They just want to get themselves ready, get themselves acclimated to the year. And we would start out playing against Michigan in the big house. It was crazy.
Hold on. My last one. I know I jumped on here late. I appreciate you guys. I gotta ask this. I don't know if somebody probably asked you this before, Ricky. Better two-part. The same person though. Better running back from Harrisburg and the Eagles, you or Shady McCoy?
Well, that's my little brother. That's my little brother right there. So I'm gonna give him his props all day long. It was great to have somebody that grew up here. Grew up in Harrisburg, with me, went through the same types of things that I had to deal with to get there, and on those tough streets and whatnot, and for him to make it and do what he did, man, especially that game in the snow, man, I love it. Shady's my guy, no doubt.
What y'all got in the water in Harrisburg, man? I mean, because I was like, when I saw Shady, I said, wait a minute. Harris, what's up with Pennsylvania? Period. Y'all got some stuff, man, going on in PA for real. I'm just saying, man, because I look back
Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons.
Y'all got some stuff going on. But I will say this, Ricky, as a person who grew up watching you, man, boy, you made it. Woo! You made it look good doing it. Like when you did it from the high stepping. I can only imagine my teammates saying, let the water run. I couldn't handle that, bro. Because yes, I remember you with the Philly. Yes, I remember you with San Fran. But when you got to Seattle, I said, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I don't know how far that is. I ain't never been to Seattle. If it's raining, it's for two reasons. Because it rained all the time in Seattle. Y'all got Rickey, and the water's definitely running. Man, you was him, man. I mean, I think people like yourself don't get enough credit for how you played the position, not just that you played. I say, listen, man, if Rickey Watteres in the game, man, don't blink. Don't go get no concession. Don't go get no water. Because Ricky, y'all, I don't know what is about you in that open field. You do people bad, man. There's a bunch of people, when they see this interview, they're going to say, remember that guy I told you about? That's him. That's Rickey Watteres. When I just, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen, everything you're doing right now, post-career, let me tell you, man, you inspire me. Former players need to see former players thriving away from football. So let me tell you, man, everything you're doing now, man, I give you your flowers, Ricky, man, because like I said, ain't no blueprint away from football. We got everything during football, trainers, coaches. You walk away outside of, making sure you're getting them bills paid, them kids raised. It ain't no blueprint out here. I commend you, man, from having just as a successful career away from the game as you had with the game, man. Because most of the time, as my daddy said, the last time I saw him was the last time I saw him. Yeah, well, I'm gonna say, Pops, I seen Ricky. Hey, he's still looking young. He's still like Ricky said, I can give you a first down, but that's it. I ain't doing no third down. First down.
I do want to squeeze one more thing in there. I know we're up against Ricky, but we gotta talk about your book, brother. I just seen it. How did you get involved with doing a children's book, my friend?
Man, I guess I'm a poet. I've always done poetry all my life. I've always done that. And I did this. I wrote that for my kids when we adopted my youngest son, Shane. And it was for Ricky Jr., who was my biological son. And he always said he wanted a little brother. Even at the top of the list for Christmas, he would put a little brother. And then it turned into that's all he wanted is a little brother. So for us to be able to finish our family off like that and everything, it was just amazing. And I wrote that years ago, but it just seemed so fitting to become a book. And I'm just so happy to see it take life the way it has. And now I'm reading the kids all the time and I'm holding it up. And it's just so cute and cool because the kids, they're not squirming around. They're not leaving. They're not, getting mad. They want to hear what I got. I'm showing them the book. They all looking and everything. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. To be able to give back like that, to be able to pay it forward like I did. I was adopted. To be able to adopt my younger son, it's so awesome. We have this tight bond as a family, but me and him have a tight bond. And it's so cool that I can talk to him. And he's just like, I appreciate you so much, Dad. Thank you so much for everything you do, Dad. All that. It's just, I'll start tearing up in this mug, man, for real. But it's a great thing to be able to do it and to be able to go speak to all the kids that I talk to and mentor the kids that I have. It's just, I can't even say enough about it because it does a lot for me too. It's not just me giving to them. They give me a lot and they talk to me and they teach me. So it's like, it's just awesome.
Well, Rickey, what we typically do here at the end is kind of throw the microphone over to you, man. Anyone you would like to thank, management, your wife, your family, shoot out your social media sites, any events or things that you got going on in the coming weeks and months. The time is yours, my friend.
Definitely check me out, RickeyWatteres.com. Go on Amazon, get the book. You'll love it. Feel good story. It's what's needed right now. It's what's needed in this world right now. So, I'm very happy to be able to share it with, part of our family, with who I feel like's my family, the fans, and the people who have stood behind me the whole time. Appreciate you.
And we appreciate you here, Rickey. We definitely got to get you back on here again at some time. Ben's normally a hoot and a holler every time we're on here. I got to add you to my wall here. I got to send you a jersey and get you signed and add to the wall. So
yes, sir.
Let's see if we can link back up. I'll send you some stuff. We'll do a giveaway on social media. Have some fun. Regardless if it's Eagles fade, 49ers fade. Listen. I don't care if it's green, if it's red, or if it's teal. We gotta show love to all the fans that support you and maybe we do something. If they buy a book, they can get a bunch of entries or something like that. We gotta connect a little bit more. I really do appreciate the time this evening. I know we're a little bit over our required time here, but Rickey, it was a pleasure. Looking forward to connecting with you again, and hopefully sometime during the season we can get you on and pick your brain a little bit more. All right, my friend.
Yeah, sounds good. Definitely.
All right, Rickey.
That's Rickey Watteres, people. Gentlemen, that is Rickey Watteres right there, Mister. Hey man, I'm from Harrisburg, baby. To where I'll leave your ankles over there. But I'm over here. He'll lie to you with them feet, man. Sweet feet. Appreciate you, man.
You were a special athlete here in Philadelphia. You're loved everywhere you go, man. And you're definitely going to be loved here on the South Florida Tribune Media Network. So appreciate the time. We'll be in touch soon, and I'll definitely reach out again, man. It was a blast. We got to do it again.
Yes, for sure. Definitely. Appreciate you guys.
And that was Rickey Watteres, ladies and gentlemen.
Man,
it's always a pleasure.
I apologize for my tardiness, but I will say this. There are a lot of people in a pickup line that do not like me. I picking up my kid.
You're like, listen, man. Listen. I'll give him care of you. We can talk about it another time. I got somewhere to be.
All right, love you, boy. Keep doing your thing, Rickey Watteres. We gonna get him for Polly.
Yeah, man. We definitely got to work out something with getting him back on here. I knew we were on a tight frame. We went a little bit over. I wanted to make sure that we got you in there. Glad that we still was able to get Ben in there.
Yeah.
I was able to have a little fun. The 16-year-old in me is doing backflips around the house right about now. That was definitely a fun one. Love picking his brain a little bit. And I wanted to make sure I got the book in there at the end because like I said, not a lot of athletes have those avenues. Rickey is using his platform to the absolute best of his ability, and he's a special one, man. Like as you were talking about, he was special here in Philadelphia. Like we were talking about as I had him on here. It didn't start the way he wanted to, but by the time everything was said and done, this town accepted Rickey Watteres. They got who he was and where his message was, but he delivered on the field too.
Yes.
I was telling him, I'm going to reiterate it to you. I was at the 95 wild card game where we blew out the Detroit Lions and Barry Sanders, and Rickey called, I think it was like a 45-yard bomb from Rodney Peete. And he was high stepping the whole way. Really? So it's like I have fond memories of Rickey in Philadelphia. I know, we were the underdogs. We were the blue collar team. No one expected anything from this team. And as I said to Rickey, he started the culture change that we're looking at right now. When you look at Philadelphia, it started with guys like Rickey Watteres. It started with guys like Rodney Peete. It started guys like other guys that were on that team. Mark McMillan. Mike Zorda. There were so many different guys that helped push everything in a direction that what you see is consistency from Mr. Lurie right now. So I couldn't be more happier. Obviously, we were able to get it in. Guys are gonna have to keep an eye out for this. This is one we're holding on to for a little bit. So when it does get released, enjoy it. We will be putting some. Hopefully, by that time we can readjust some things. Get him back on here.
Listen, Rickey will be back. I think, man. Him and LaShawn both from Harrisburg. What is going on in Harrisburg? You want to run that?
No, the football that happens in PA, people.
I was about to say, man.
Listen, me and you talked about it before. I listen, I get it. Florida is kind of the king on top of the throne right now, but Pennsylvania players, man, the football is just different here. They're brought up differently, they're taught differently, and they have a different mindset. So it's fun to be able to kind of link up with athletes like this, but we're gonna have to put an end on this one, guys. Obviously this is gonna be put up in about a month or so for airing. But tomorrow is or not tomorrow, Wednesday, we get to talk to one of Rickey's teammates. So,
my goodness.
If you're catching this on whenever you catch this, make sure you go back through the live streams and find the interview with one Irving Fryer. Rickey gave out some love to Irving while we were on here too. So it was definitely a fun one.
Yeah. I'm looking. Listen. I got to give a shout out to the homies. Listen, Mr. Rychel is a very, very, very humble individual, but Stephen will catch you. Stephen, listen, don't get the emailing me back and forth, because we're gonna get you on the pie, baby. We're gonna get you on here. I never in a million years did I ever think I would get to talk to people like Rickey Watteres, Vince Papale. Now we're gonna have her. So I don't.
That's the first thing he noticed. He started talking about my jerseys. I'm like, why? I gotta add you to this now.
I'm about to say, you know what I'm saying? I mean, so
we gotta work out. Like I said, we gotta work out some. Send out a bunch of cards. Find some 49er cards, and whatever, and just do a big Rickey Watteres love giveaway, man, because that's kind of what I want to do this. I want to be selfish and add him to the wall behind me. I'm not gonna lie, but I also want to give back to the fans. We get some signed cards, some signed photos. Yeah, do some stuff on social media, do some fun stuff like what we normally do. And can continue to have some fun here. I may be humble. I may be able to set up this stuff, and we have some fun with a lot of the interviews, not just the Rickey Watteres interview.
Absolutely.
Some of the other ones we set up over when we had Ben Williams on here. I think that was a great interview too. I felt that's something that you really had fun with and connected with, and hopefully you guys can talk some more as
if you get them on here. You come to the fan in the end, man. What they say, man, you come for the athletes, you stay for the stories, you stay for the moments. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, we got, my favorite thing is when they say, listen, I never told nobody this. Come on, give it to us. I like those type of stories. Yeah. So I appreciate everybody we've had on. And whether you've been on, you're gonna come on, and we appreciate everybody, both present, future, and past, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, and even if you're a rival of my Eagles, I still have love and respect for everybody.
Emmitt Smith, come on, baby. Come through.
Listen, we want to get some former Cowboys on here. Bring some former Cowboys on here. Let's have some fun and have some conversations. We got to talk about it.
Emmitt Smith, come to the fan in the end, just so Steven could be real professional and say, well, Emmitt, we appreciate you coming on, but if you don't like Fly Eagles Fly, you might want to move to Canada or overseas, because
if you get used to it, because we ain't going nowhere, man. That team is built. That team is built to last. It's not just a flash in the pan. You're gonna only see a few seasons at them. That team is built. So we will entertain everybody. We'll entertain Giants. We'll even entertain Commanders / Redskins. We'll entertain all y'all. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter how, where you played. Listen, I got love for all the athletes, all the coaches, everyone that has made a difference in this sport. I got respect for all you. Like, it doesn't, I don't care if you won a Super Bowl, you didn't win a Super Bowl. We love all y'all. It doesn't matter. Like, even when we had Marvin Powell.
Yeah.
Marvin Powell, that's part of our network. He was in the league 1 year, but I want to talk to all of you.
Thanks.
You all have a story. That's the beauty of being able to get a guy like Rickey on, because we get to hear a little bit of his story, a little bit of his experiences. We want to hear them all. So appreciate that. You might have to wait a little bit for this one. We get to experience it right now. We'll throw some teasers out as we're going through it. I also said, Ricky's management, some reels and things of that. But it was a fun one. Glad we were able to get Rickey on. Glad we were able to get Ben on here, obviously, because life pulls us away and does 200 different things. But that was a fun one. We'll be back for some more. Make sure you're locked in. Like, subscribe, share. Share it with your uncle, share it with your aunt, share it with your mama, share it with your cousin. I'm Steve. He's Ben. This was another episode of The Fan in the End. We will catch you in the rebound, folks. Peace out.